sentimental. So what? I walk in the rain. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Piano Bar Rehearsal. My name is Howard, and I am your practicing pianist for the next 20 minutes. Today is March 20th, 2021. The time is 9:40 p.m. in the lounge city of Buffalo, New York. Broadcasting from downtown, along with my co-host, Mr. Sanchez. How are you tonight, Mr. Sanchez? You look great. Nice to see you. Thank you for being here. I'm sentimental, so I walk in the rain. I've got some habits even Mr. Sanchez can't explain. I'll start for the corner, turn up in Spain. Ooh, why try to change me now? Wasn't today a beautiful day? Was it nice in Illinois, Mr. Sanchez? It was very spring-like here in Buffalo. It was cool, but it warmed up enough to where if you were outside in the sun and you were active, you had spring fever, guaranteed. What a feeling. The weather was so invigorating today that Mr. Sanchez took his fuel pumps out, put them back in just for the hell of it, just because he felt so good. Oh yeah. Ooh, it's springtime in Buffalo. With that car, you'll get it. I've got confidence in you. I took my Corvette out today, Mr. Sanchez. It was fun. I took it out, went to the drive-through burger joint. How much more spring can you get than that? Running great too. I've been working on that car. I changed the fuel injectors. It only took me a year and 2 months to do the job. Finally put it back together. Boy, is that thing running great. This heart of mine was doing very well. The world was fine as far as Mr. Sanchez knew. Suddenly I met you and I dreamed of gay amour. At dawn I woke up singing sentimental overtures. This heart of mine is dancing gaily now. Oh yeah, I taste the wine of real romancing now. This crazy world has taken on a wonderful design. As long as life endures, it's yours, this heart of mine. Oh yeah, this heart of mine. Oh yeah, the first day of spring. I like that song. Even if it's not the first day of spring, I still like that song. Even if it's the last day of spring. Oh, geez, that's frustrating. Well, you'll figure it out. My Corvette is a 1990 Corvette ZR1. It had a fancy engine in it. That's what the ZR1 option is. Let's see what kind of trouble we can get into tonight, Mr. Sanchez. Like all fools, I feel like doing something up. That's the intro. You do. This is a coda where you improvise, like Mozart. Something to me, something that simply mystifies me. Tell me, why should I be? You have the power to hypnotize me. Let me live beneath your spell. You do that voodoo that you do so well. You do something to me. Oh yeah, nobody else can do. That voodoo that you do so well. You do something to me. Ooh, that nobody, that nobody, that nobody, nobody, ooh, nobody else could do. From 50 million Frenchmen, 50 million Frenchmen lined up and sang, "Ooh." Thank you, Mr. Jago, for that bit. Let it rain and thunder. My romance doesn't give a damn if I press my pants. That's a nice tune. It's a beautiful tune, My Romance. You appreciate the good songs. You learn the good ones, Mr. Sanchez. Maybe I have it. My heart stood still. That's a great one too. I'd mark it. I bookmarked it. Ooh. I guess it's not in this particular book. What key do you do it in? Oh yeah. I took one look at you. That's all I meant to do. And then my heart, it stood still. My feet could step and walk. My lips could move and talk. And yet my heart stood still. Though not a single word was spoken, I could tell you knew that unfelt clasp of hands told me so well. You knew I never lived at all until that thrill of that moment when my heart stood still. Oh, that moment, yeah, when my heart stood still. From Connecticut Yankees. It is a really good tune. Mr. Sanchez is also working on My Shining Hour. B flat. My romance doesn't need a da-da-da. My romance. Beautiful tune. Now, you got it in my head now. It's like, let's find that song. Let's find that song. so I can show you how not to do it. It'll be learn by example. You have to lick your fingers when you look through fake books. See? Because you want to ingest the music. I'm going to do it in the people's key of C, because that's what it's in. Oh, this is from a great show called Jumbo, about a circus and elephants. Ooh, my romance doesn't have to have a moon in the sky. Always milk the word moon. My romance doesn't need a blue lagoon standing by. No month of May, no twinkling stars, no hideaway, no soft guitars. My romance doesn't need a castle rising in Spain, or a dance to a constantly surprising refrain. No, why? So I make my most fantastic dreams come true. My romance, who doesn't need a thing but you. My romance doesn't need a thing but you. No, 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 no. Yeah, oh yeah, my romance. That's a great song. Thank you, Mr. Sanchez. You're building a tremendous repertoire. There's another song from Jumbo. It's kind of tugs at your heart. It's especially when you know what it's about. Blue. What's it called? It goes. That chord. Little Girl Blue. Sit there, count your little fingers. Ooh yeah. See if we got that one in here. Little Girl Blue. I think that's what it's called. It's actually an elephant. That's what makes it sad. It's about and it's about an over-the-hill elephant. I mean, how sad is that, right? I mean, right? Oh, thank you, Mr. Sanchez. You're very generous. I appreciate that. Listen to how sad and pitiful this is, even though it's about an elephant. I think that makes it even more sad, because, I mean, we get sad when we hear sad stories about people, right? Different breakups and love songs. These songs are so touching, and we can relate to them, But when it's about an elephant, I mean, it makes it even worse, doesn't it? Because, we're just so sympathetic. Especially with a circus elephant. Because we're show business people and we can relate to circus elephants, right? They're the ultimate show business folk. Sit there, count your fingers, what can you do? Old girl, you're through. Sit there and count your little fingers. Unlucky little girl blue. Sit there, count the raindrops falling on you. It's time you knew. All you can count on is the raindrops fall on little girl blue. No use, old girl, you may as well surrender. Your hope is getting slender. Why won't somebody send a tender blue boy to cheer up little girl blue? This is from the same show as your song, from Jumbo. Isn't that beautiful? As you're watching the world's greatest showman. That is quite a coincidence. Let's fall in love. Why shouldn't we? It's the first day of spring where we all fall in love, right? At the drop of a hat. Ooh, let's fall in love. Why shouldn't we fall in love? Our hearts are made of it. Let's take a chance. Why be afraid? Ooh, yeah, yeah. Let's close our eyes and make our own paradise. Lest we be part of it, still we can try to make it go of it. We might have been meant for each other, to be or not to be, let our hearts discover. Ooh, let's fall in love. Why shouldn't we fall in love? Now that the time for it, why are we young? Ooh, let's fall in love on this first day of spring. I find myself out gazing at stars, hearing guitars like someone in love. Sometimes the things I do astound me, mostly whenever you're around me. Lately, I seem to walk as though I had wings. Ooh, I'm bumping into things like someone in love. Each time I look at you, I'm limp as a glove. And feeling, ooh, I'm feeling like someone in love. Feeling like someone in love, oh yeah. I always used to like the way Marion McPartland would do that song. I always think of her with that song for some reason. She didn't sing it, she played it. She always did that descending bass. Oh yeah. Well, it's time for me to go home and start the next chapter of my life, which is dinner with the wife and cat, which is always the favorite part of my day, because I never know what to expect when I walk into the door. But I always expect to be greeted by my family, the wife and cat, as they compete to get to the door first to greet me. And you never know what they're going to be wearing. Always something special. And the dinner is perfectly timed. And that's always a surprise, too. It's something very gourmet. Always very unpredictable. You don't know which fine dining restaurant is going to suddenly appear on your plate in front of you from some endless recipe book. Actually, she has a whole library of recipe encyclopedias. It is fancy. And then we have piano bar music to as a backdrop to our dining experience, to provide the ambiance. And you help me with that, because what we do is we listen to my rehearsals and my smewing. It's quite a time. Ooh, yeah. Well, I feel like I'm just getting going. There's another good one you can learn, Mr. Sanchez. I'm old-fashioned. I love the moonlight. I love the old-fashioned things. The the sound of rain upon my window pane, starry song that April sings. This year's fancy is passing fancies, sighing, sigh, hold my hands, that my heart understands. I'm old-fashioned, and I don't mind it. It's how I want to be, as long as you agree to stay old-fashioned with me. Oh yeah, and WBIG.Tv. Oh, there's nothing better than being greeted by a dog and screaming kids. That's the American dream. Are you kidding me? You're going to miss that as soon as they get independent. And you go, what happened to them? What happened to my screaming kids? Well, thank you, Mr. Sanchez. Appreciate your help here with the show. And to all the future watchers that are going to come by and watch this as a rerun, welcome. Welcome to March 20th, 2021, from whatever time dimension you're arriving from. Please stick around, enjoy a few songs and a few drinks around the piano. And don't tell us what happens tomorrow from the future. We like to find out for ourselves. So, good night, everybody.